BMT.
The Blackmen travel.
I watch my family unravel. With no man, I bought a ticket just to travel. That's the plan, to treat us just like cattle. Understand, you hear that snake tail rattle. In the boat sinking, holding no paddle. In the matrix, wanna treat us like chattel. Where's the queens at that don't wear saddles? BMT, yeah, cause black men matters. How you living, yeah, the black man shot. You keep talking, you think the black man flop. Pick your battles and now this black man's out. Now they hate what comes out of black man's mouth. This is my world, we made it, this is my land. Brazil, Colombia, back to Thailand. You can have it with Satan and do the fire dance. While I'm hopping that flight to do my dance. Catching flights, not feelings, it's a battle. So many sleepless nights, not just Seattle. Hey, the black man climbing up the ladder. Passport, no pookie, dibble and dabble. Black man travels.
Blackmen travels.
As you can see, I'm repping that BMT.
The Blackmen travel.
I watch my family unravel. With no man, I bought a ticket just to travel. That's the plan, to treat us just like cattle. Understand, you hear that snake tail rattle. In the boat sinking, holding no paddle. In the matrix, wanna treat us like chattel. Where's the queens at that don't wear saddles? BMT, yeah, cause black men matters. How you living, yeah, the black man shot. You keep talking, you think the black man flop. Pick your battles and now this black man's out. Now they hate what comes out of black man's mouth. This is my world, we made it, this is my land. Brazil, Colombia, back to Thailand. You can have it with Satan and do the fire dance. While I'm hopping that flight to do my dance. Catching flights, not feelings, it's a battle. So many sleepless nights, not just Seattle. Hey, the black man climbing up the ladder. Passport, no pookie, dibble and dabble. Black man travels.
The Blackmen travels.
All right. We are live. Welcome, family, to another show. We here, man. I want to give a special shout out to my dude, Big Bass. Everybody's asking me about the intro song. Shout out to my dude, Big Bass. Yeah, he did the beat and he rapped on that track, man. So shout out to him. We're going to have him on the show soon. Give him an interview and everything. He's also a passport bro. So let's see who's all in the building, man. We here. We are here on this beautiful, what is this? Monday morning, probably going to be Sunday evening, your guys' time, more or less. If you're probably on the East Coast, shout out to everybody. All right. You know, my team lost today, but it's all good. You know, shout out to my Atlanta Falcons as well. We still going to do good, you know, hopefully for the end of the year. Let's see who all we got in the building real quick. Shout out to Def to Beta. What up, BMT? What up, bro? Nice little YouTube name you got there. We got Azrael, first of his name. You guys with these YouTube names, man. He said, what it do? We got Bandana Travels in the building. He says, salute to you too, bro. We in here, man. We are in here. Shout out to Rohanan Munson. He said, you can hate me now, but I won't stop now with the P. Diddy 1995. That's what's up, man. Yeah, we're getting a lot of hate, but it's all good. We're going to keep it moving. Shout out to Marcus 912 in the building. Says, divide and conquer. Don't fall for it. Yes, sir. You got a little baddie on there. I see you, Marquise. I see you. All right, shout out to my dude Kirby Films with the $5 super chases. What up, BMT? Salute. What up to you, bro? What kind of camera is that? Let me see if I can see what type of camera you got there, brother. All right, shout out to you, man. We gotta get some work in. I actually ran to some guys that was in video productions. Was it yesterday, Friday, I think? And we talked about doing a video production out here with our guy Richie Mack, man. So we're gonna make it happen. Shout out to Antoine Hooks in the building. We up in here, man. We up in here. I know it's been a minute. Listen, guys, currently I'm in Thailand. Good news, Thailand is wide open right now. I do still believe you need to get vaccinated before you come or show a vaccination certificate or something like that. But other than that, you can enter Thailand. Thailand is getting back to where it was. You know, I see the streets are getting a little bit more crowded now. The tourists are coming back in. They're flooding in right now. Some of you already know, the tree has been decriminalized, you know, kind of somewhat like in America. So they're selling that everywhere, you know, so that's going to open it up even more. You got like pretty much the Amsterdam of Southeast Asia right now. So Thailand is wide open, man. A lot of people are coming here. Some people are actually even moving here to Thailand from like Colombia, DR, Brazil, stuff like that. So it's wide open. It is wide open. The only thing is, be careful booking your trip because I believe it is the rainy season. It's been raining every day out here, so you definitely want to book your trip when it's not so much rain because it's been raining a whole lot lately. And I think because of all the rain, people have been getting sick. I was sick all week long. A lot of my neighbors were sick, all that good stuff, man. So make sure when you come out here, pick some good dates, when it's not raining as much, and stay on your probiotics and your antibiotics and all that good stuff, or your supplements rather, when you're coming out here, man, because a lot of people have still been getting sick out here. It is a bug going around. All right. So, guys, keep that in mind. Who else we got in the building? We're going to get this show started in just a second. He said, Ali said, what's good, chat? What up, bro? What's good? We in here, man. We are in here. All right, we got Men's Daily Advice and Encouragement channel. What up to you, bro? I see you putting in that work. All right, he says, what up, Ruin BNT? Keep up the great work. Appreciate that. We got Branjur. What up, Branjur in the building? Branjur, I haven't forgot about you, bro. You running from me. I haven't forgot about you on that challenge. We still working on it. All right, I believe you're coming out here soon, so we're going to crank that challenge back up. All right, me and Branjur had a weight loss challenge. All right, shout out to my dude Yoga in the building. We're going to chop it up for a minute today, man. We're going to do a panel and all that good stuff. Chop it up, some good positive energy about these international streets, man. Despite all the little, hatred videos we got going on right now, we still going to keep it positive, man, because we're above that. All right, we are above that. Every time I look at my mentions on YouTube, I got about 6 or 7 videos about me. Straight lies and, BS, basically. But we're going to talk about that. We're going to chop it up about that, man. A lot of haters. But shout out to my dude Yoga in the building once again. Jesse Short says, BMT, what's good? You still in Thailand? I'm going to be there in a couple of weeks. Come on out here, bro. Come on out here. All right. Come on out here. Buck Travel. I told you before, brother. I don't know if you're friend or foe. You know what I'm saying? I see you over there come riding with the enemy. But it's all good, man. Come on out here to Thailand, man. We'll chop it up. Travel, what's up? Said, what up, player? What up? What up? We in here, man. We in here. We are in here. Yes, sir. All right. Let me play this real quick, guys, and we're going to be right back. We got 97 in the room. Do me a favor and hit that like button when you come on in the room. We're going to chop it up today, man. We're going to be here for a minute. I know it's football Sunday. Is the game on right now? I think the game might have started right on. And it's hard trying to catch these games because the games come on pretty much at 1, 2, 3 in the morning. So unless you're at a bar or something, unfortunately, you might miss the game here. But I do believe the game might be coming on. All right. So let me play this real quick, man. We're going to get this party started.
No matter where I go, no matter where I be. Be rocking it like that, man. I love the fit of this shirt, bro.
Bro, look, I just happened to get off the elevator. Look at it. The BMT shirt on. We representing all the way in Thailand, man.
What's up, y'all? It's the Travel OG, and I gotta do my BMT commercial, man, for my BMT shirt, man. This shirt is so dope, man. It shows off your guns, fits your muscles, gives you room at the bottom for the belly, and then you repping the BMT brand, man. So make sure y'all pick up that BMT shirt, because it's fire. It looks good. He got them in different colors, and I'm telling y'all, man, the fit, it ain't that cheap. It's a real quality shirt, man. I love it, BMT. Shout out to you, man. Thank you for blessing me with the shirt. And I'll see you on the other side. You dig?
Fellas, don't forget to check out the Blackmen Travels merch store where you can purchase BMT t-shirts, tank tops, travel quote tees, and much more.
That they need to pay to have access to coochie. Thing is, they're so broke that they can't afford the cost of women sex workers here in the United States. So these dudes with warehouse jobs, these are the type of Negroes that work on the line up there in Detroit in the car plants. They take their little 35, 40K overseas because it stretches longer. We outside today. As you can see, it's raining. I got water all on my glasses.
Today.
The sun got your boy's skin looking kind of good. Ladies, can we talk about the passport bros today? When you see dudes saying they got their passport and they about to go overseas to find their wife, and you see they have the initials SYSBM in their bio, which is short for Save Yourself Black Man, those dudes are tricks. These dudes have a firm understanding that they're so socially awkward and so socially inept that they need to pay to have access to coochie. Thing is, they're so broke that they can't afford the cost of women sex workers here in the United States. So these dudes.
Somebody answer me. How are you broke and traveling? Somebody explain that to me. What are we paying for flights and tickets, fellas? Like, what are we doing? Using food stamps or something? Like, how are you broke? Look at this guy, man. These are the type of guys that are making these videos. These are the mentions I get when I click on my YouTube channel sometimes, guys. All these videos right here, these little shorts. Here you go. And shout out to the sister that actually posted it. She was clowning this dude too. Shout out to Gail Nelson. Very beautiful sister. She posted this too, because even women don't like the pandering. Come on, man. Look at this guy.
With warehouse jobs, these are the type of Negroes that work on the line up there in Detroit in the car plants. They take their little 35, 40K overseas because it stretches longer. We outside today.
Hold on. I'm trying to
catch it. You see, it's raining. I got water all on.
Now, let me ask you this. Now, if you're making 35, 40K, how are you able to bring that overseas if you're working in a plant in Detroit? How are you able to do that? Don't you have to be actually in Detroit making your 35, 40K? I have no idea what this clown is talking about, man. I'm just giving you guys an example of the type of clowns that are making videos about passport bros who don't have passports, who don't travel, who calling us all cap about our lifestyle, even though we show proof of receipts all the time. You can see it all through the Facebook groups. Just a lifestyle, you got plenty of travel YouTube channels now. And like I say, it's constantly showing receipts of a travel lifestyle, how it's good, how it's empowering, how it's more freedom, all that type of good stuff. All that's going to be denied because most people are trying, not most, but some people are trying to meet a narrative to make a negative spin on guys traveling the world, which is the weirdest thing in ever. All right. Literally have no experiences, not only with life, but definitely not any type of travel lifestyle. But yet they still make these videos, more and more short videos criticizing guys for traveling the world, which is just shameful. But let me go ahead and get this clown off the screen, this little goofy Uncle Fester looking ass motherfucker off the screen real quick, man. And we're going to chop it up. Let me see who all we got in the building, man. Shout out to my dude, J. Clyde, in the building. What up, J. Clyde? We in here, man. Shout out to No Reservations in the building. All right, I see you. I see you out there in Brazil. Shout out to everybody in Brazil, man. Shout out to Brazil. Brazil is heavy. Brazil's still the big boy on the block. I know I hear a lot of stuff about everybody coming to Thailand. Thailand is dope. Don't get me wrong. But Brazil is still the big boy on the block, man. Brazil's a big trip. And I see guys, moving out there as well. I believe, like I said, the world is opening back up. A lot of guys are, finding out which countries they want to move to. I lived in Brazil for like almost going on 9 months. Had a great time out there. So shout out to everybody in Brazil. Everybody's different, man. If people ask me all the time, which country is better, it's really hard to compare because people like different things. I will say that I don't think any other country, as far as I know, has a better beach culture than Brazil. So shout out to Master One Teacher. I believe Austin said he might be moving out there as well. Shout out to Austin. Brazil is very beautiful. We've got some of the dopest beaches, great food, great women. So Brazil is dope. Like I say, Brazil is the big boy on the block. That's where I kind of broke my cherry at. The travel cherry was actually in Brazil. I went to Brazil first. Let me get these super chats, man. We can go ahead and get this party started. Let me get this goofy off the screen real quick. I was just giving you guys an example of what's going on out here, man. Just as For some reason, these guys like to tag me in all these videos. So when I go on my YouTube, I look at the the tags or the notifications. It's like 20-something diss videos. But it's all good though. We're gonna make it move. All right, shout out to Kirby Films one with the $5 super chat, man. I really appreciate that. He says, "What up, BMT? Salute to you, bro. Salute, salute, salute. We gotta get it in one day, man. We're gonna chop up about that film one day, bro." Shout out to East Coast Kev in the building with the $5 super chat, man. I really appreciate that. He says, "Salute BMT, class is in session." And Jets, man. Screw the Jets, man. But shout out to you though. I got 2 football teams, man. Shout out to New York, shout out to the Jets. We got Virgil Forever Fit in the building with $2 super chat, man. I appreciate that, bro. He says, when they hate don't work, they start telling lies, man. Yeah, they really do. They really do. Man, I had so many videos, Aaron, BMT didn't have a car. BMT was homeless in Atlanta. All types of little lies, man. They just make up stuff. Somebody said moist. Yeah, Buddy was real moist now. He really was. Shout out to my dude, Dre the Kid. What up, Dre? I'm going to do a panel a little later on if you want to hop on, bro. We're going to chop it up. Hey, you know what? Speaking of that LGBT, man, have you guys watched that Jeffrey Dahmer series on Netflix? Man, I wasn't going to watch it at first. Then, a couple of my boys said, man, you got to check it out. It's good. You like film. You're going to check it out. Good acting. It was good acting, but I could not get through the entire series, man. I had to skip through a lot of scenes. It's just, I mean, it's a very crazy and horrific story of what this guy did. But just to see it, on video and film and actually get visualizations of it, it just threw me all off, man. I had to skip through a lot, because it was just a little too much for me. But just to see guys going out bad, and I'm like, bro, how you don't know? You know what I'm saying? Like, how is your third eye that cloudy to be walking to some random dude's apartment and it smell like that? Because like one of the police officers said on the show in the series that, we've been hardwired to smell decaying corpses, decaying bodies and bad meat. You can smell it from a mile away. And these guys still walking in the apartment and having drinks. It was something else. But what I did like about it, and like I said, I couldn't really finish the whole entire series. I did like the fact that they were very truthful in exposing the Milwaukee Police Department. That part I did like. That part I did like about it, because they dropped the ball. 17 people did not have to die if they simply would have did their job, right, and followed their training and their procedures. They just gave this guy a huge pass, unfortunately, and so many people died because of it. All right, but yeah, that was strange. But shout out to East Coast Kev, shout out Super Chat once again. He says, "Zesty Uncle Fester." Yeah, man. These passport bros, we all broke. Yeah, that's the narrative. We all broke. I don't know how we traveling and we broke. I don't know. Somebody said my ticket alone to Thailand is $800. Yeah, that's about standard, right around $800. If you fly to LA, it could be a little cheaper. If you fly domestically to LA and then get that big boy ticket out of LAX, it can be a little cheaper, Shout out to Marks Maxwell in the building. Somebody said I use EBT card for tickets. $1,000 for a ticket is not broke. Yeah, exactly. A lot of Passport Bros actually got their stuff together, man. If you look in the group, shout out to everybody in the Passport Bros Facebook group. We approaching 10,000. We're approaching 10K right now. So that's 10,000 traveling guys. You see guys got their stuff together in that group, man. Shout out to Pro. He said respect BMT. How we broke? Exactly. It takes some discipline, man, to be able to save that money to travel overseas, bro. It really does. Dude needs to get delivered. Food stamps / flight vouchers. That's right. The yum guy. That's the Uncle Fat. He looks familiar, man. I think he might have went viral before. If we have, shout out to MOT, man, tomorrow tonight, Super Chat, man. I really appreciate that, MOT. He says, if we have the best arguments, we should defend ourselves. Very true, man. As you can see, this movement is getting bigger and getting stronger, People will deny, people will allow it, people will try to dirty it up, but it's growing because it's a very logical movement. All right, go where you're most valued at. It's nothing. People can get upset about that, if they want to, but men are very logical. Men are not going to go back and forth, not going to argue. We argue with our feet and our passports, and we just simply will remove ourselves from that environment and go elsewhere. All right, and live and build. Okay. And guys, let me tell you something. It is a lot of guys building businesses out here in Thailand, out there in Colombia. Guys are opening up businesses, man. Guys are getting Airbnbs. They're opening up restaurants in Cartagena. All types of good stuff is going on, and they're leveraging and maximizing their American dollar overseas, where your money goes a whole lot longer, man. And they're employing the locals as well. So guys are making moves overseas. That's the part they don't want to tell you. They just want to keep on just throwing dirt. Meanwhile, guys are being focused, staying positive and being productive overseas as well. That's what they're not telling you. Shout out to my dude Cardell, opened up Wings and Waffles out there in Sasua. I actually got a brother-in-law that actually opened up a hookah bar in Sasua as well. So shout out to him. Guys are opening up dispensaries here in Thailand. So it's a lot. As a matter of fact, it's a dispensary called Tree Time, owned by a brother. He's on his second location, if I'm not mistaken, out here in Pattaya, Thailand. So guys are opening up businesses, man. Guys are really moving forward and being successful and maximizing the power of their U.S. dollar overseas. All right. Now, I talk about this in detail on the Patron as well in concerns of international investments, guys. All right. There's a lot of opportunity overseas. It's a lot of opportunities. All right. All right. Shout out to Big Daddy L. Rob $2 Super Chat says, keep doing what you do. You do BMT. Expose these fakes. That's right. Shout out to you, Big Daddy L. Rob $2 Super Chat, man. I really appreciate that. Trey Tibbs. What up, bro? What's good up, Trey? You know what? I actually got something pulled up. I'm going to show it in a moment about Tonkat Ali. Some good stuff about Tonkat Ali. I'm going to show that in a moment for you guys. All right. Now, let me catch these super chats. We're going to get this ball rolling. All right. Let me see here. I just skipped you. All right. Shout out to East Coast Kev once again with $2 super chat, man. I really appreciate that. He says, I saw a video worse than the Dahmer video. How about, the no voting, what's that? No voting, no fucking video. That's bucking. All right, YouTube, not an F, bucking video. They don't respect us as a people. More reason to get your passport and bounce. Yeah, I thought it was a joke at first. I really did. I was like, bro, they cannot be serious. This is how they try to get us to vote. But yeah, that was a very disrespectful video. I don't know why. I don't know. It almost seems like, I don't know, man. Like when it comes to us, they just got to do something low key. They have to insult the intelligent class of people, unfortunately. At this time of year, every year, man, they think that everybody, you just do a little hip hop video and people gonna vote for you, or say you got some hot sauce in your bag or something. Like it's just say you like eating fried chicken and everybody gonna vote for you or something. It's crazy, man. It's very unfortunate, and it's embarrassing to have people that don't have any type of political inclination of knowing anything they're talking about. And they're artists, and rightfully, they're artists. They talk about whatever they're talking about, but when it comes to serious matters, as far as the direction of the community, you don't want to hear from Trina. You know what I'm saying? You want to hear from somebody that is familiar, like a Clyde Anderson, who's been doing something like this for decades in concerns of the issues. But we don't get too far deep into that. It's just unfortunate that they think that works. And as you can see, it's always going to be low voter turnout when they do stupid shit like that. But shout out to Eric Powell, the 5 super chat. He says a $3,000 trip overseas is still cheaper than dealing with people domestically. That's true. And $3,000 that's a good budget. That's a good budget for a trip. You're gonna have a good time in most cases, unless you end up buying something. All right, shout out to Broken Second. I believe that's Broken Second with a 5 super chat, man. I really appreciate that, bro. He just showing support with the $5. Yeah, he just showing us some support. Yeah, Mike, I've been a little under the weather, man, but we back. All right, here we go with, I think that's Broken Sec with the 5 super chat, man. I really appreciate that once again. He says, going to be opening up a cyber business overseas. How we broke when we international with it. Exactly, man. Exactly. Somebody said they're trolling black men. Yeah, they are, Cortez Smith. Yeah, they are. Cortez with the producer. Shout out to you, Cortez. The dope beats. All right. Shout out to Owen Trackman. He's a member. He says, hello, BMT. Reach out to me later about video for new travelers, like what we should bring when you travel. Yeah, most definitely, man. Most definitely. Most definitely. I think I caught up with all that right there. Twerking for votes. Yeah, we all over the place. Brittany Reiner's promoting a new Crystal's called the side chick. All right, man. Hey, the community is all over the place. What can you do? This is why guys getting their passports. This is why guys are moving overseas or spending long amounts of time overseas. All right. Shout out to Delano Music in the building. Shout out to you, bro. I know you said you'd be going to be the Brazil soon. We got guys in Rio. We got guys in Sao Paulo. Next time I go to Brazil, I'm going to spend some time in Sao Paulo, man. I've been hearing a lot of good things about Sao Paulo. Some mixed, but for the most part, I've been hearing some good things about Sao Paulo. So real quick, guys, I want to show you this study they did on Tonkat Ali. I've mentioned it before. It's an alternative to like Viagra and Cialis and all that good stuff. Let me show you this clip real quick, man, before we get the show started and before we drop a link. Let me see if I can go ahead and pull this up. Give me 1 second, family. Let me pull this up. Like I said, I've mentioned this before. Very beneficial to men, especially men in the, I would say late 30s and older. Some good stuff I use is I take this almost pretty much daily. Gives me energy, keeps me focused, all that good stuff. So let me go ahead and play this little clip. Where's the music?
Production. As a result, more testosterone is released into the bloodstream. From there, it is delivered to many parts of the body, most notably muscle cells.
I don't know why I can't.
It will increase lean mass and strength, but also in the brain, where it will stabilize mood, increase energy, increase libido, and increase drive. Testosterone is also delivered to hair cells, which will increase hair growth, particularly facial hair. In the reproduction system, it supports higher sperm levels, reduces the chance of ED. Let's take a look at some of the scientific studies on Tonkat Ali and its results boosting testosterone. There are over 300 plus double-blind placebo human trials on Tonkat Ali, and we have compiled many of them on our website, which you can find clicking below. Here's a few of the main ones. In this 24-week study with 120 participants between the ages of 20 and 60, the Tonkat Ali group experienced a 600% increase in free testosterone, 11.4 nanograms per deciliter increase, while the placebo did not. The female group also experienced an increase in testosterone levels, although not to the same degree. In another study in 2020, this time over 6 months, and with 45 male participants with an average age of 47, the study found that the Tonkat Ali group, which exercised 3 times per week, experienced the highest testosterone increase along with a reduction in ED. To order Tonkat Ali with other testosterone-boosting supplements, please click the link below. We ship worldwide.
All right, so the reason I'm showing you guys that clip, and you can pretty much order it on Amazon, that might be some brand of it, but for the most part, I think it's called Lone Jack. You can get I think it's 1,000 milligrams or whatnot. The reason I wanted to show you guys that, man, because I'm telling you, Cialis and Viagra is super dangerous for you. All right, guys that have died from it, had heart attacks, gives you high blood pressure. You can go blind off of it. You ain't got to do all that. When you get older. Tonkat Ali is natural. All right. You don't get any type of antsiness or uppiness. When you're ready, you can be ready. You feel like you in your early 20s again. It gives you, overall energy. It boosts your actual testosterone. You don't feel drained once you finish, your activity with the beautiful woman or anything like that. It's some good stuff for your body, man. So check it out. I don't have any links in the description right now, but you can find it yourself, man. I try to recommend this because I know a lot of men that have gone out bad by taking these sexual stimulants and have heart attacks and all that good stuff. So I always recommend Tongkat. And there's other things out here, especially here in Thailand, but they do have Tongkat Ali in most pharmacies in Thailand. I got all the guys on it out here, man. So check it out. Some good stuff. All right. Yep, take it with a smoothie too. Give me 1 second, family. I don't know why this camera always go out. Give me 1 second, fam. I'm gonna play that again for you while I get this camera back rolling.
Here's the science behind Tongkat Ali naturally raising testosterone levels. After digestion, Tongkat Ali supplements communicates with the pituitary gland to produce more luteinizing hormone and release it into the bloodstream. The Leydig cells in your testicles detect luteinizing hormone in the blood as a biological signal to increase testosterone production. As a result, more testosterone is released into the bloodstream. From there, it is delivered to many parts of the body, most notably muscle cells, where it will increase lean mass and strength, but also in the brain, where it will stabilize mood, increase energy, increase libido, and increase drive. Testosterone is also delivered to hair cells, which will increase hair growth, particularly facial hair. In the reproduction system, it supports higher sperm levels, reduces the chance of ED. Let's take a look at some of the scientific studies on Tongkat Ali and its results boosting testosterone. There are over 300 plus double-blind placebo human trials on Tongkat Ali, and we have compiled many of them on our website, which you can find clicking below. Here's a few of the main ones. In this 24-week study with 120 participants between the ages of 20 and 60, the Tongkat Ali group experienced a 600% increase in free testosterone, 11.4 nanograms per deciliter increase, while the placebo did not. The female group also experienced an increase in testosterone levels, although not to the same degree. In another study in 2020, this time over 6 months, and with 45 male participants with an average age of 47, the study found that the Tongkat Ali group, which exercised 3 times per week, experienced the highest testosterone increase along with a reduction in ED. To order Tongkat Ali with other testosterone-boosting supplements, please click the link below. We ship worldwide. Here's the science behind Tongkat Ali naturally raising testosterone levels. After digestion, Tongkat Ali supplements communicates with the pituitary gland to produce more luteinizing hormone and release it into the bloodstream. The Leydig cells in your testicles detect luteinizing hormone in the blood as a biological signal to increase testosterone production. As a result, more testosterone is released into the bloodstream. From there, it is delivered to many parts of the body, most notably muscle cells, where it will increase lean mass and strength, but also in the brain, where it will stabilize mood, increase energy, increase libido, and increase drive. Testosterone is also delivered to hair cells, which will increase hair growth, particularly facial hair. In the reproduction system, it supports higher sperm levels, reduces the chance of ED. Let's take a look at some of the scientific studies on Tongkat Ali and its results boosting testosterone. There are over 300 plus double-blind placebo human trials on Tongkat Ali, and we have compiled many of them on our website, which you can find clicking below.
All right, family. Apologies, man. Camera went out on me. But we rolling. I'm going to go ahead and drop a link. If anybody want to come up, we can chop it on up real quick. Let me go ahead and drop a link right here for the fam. We can chop it up and we can discuss the haters. We can discuss the benefits of becoming a Passport Bro as well. All right, guys. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and drop a link there. Once again, apologies. The camera has went out for some odd reason. Go ahead and drop a link one more time. All right, we got Buck traveling the venue. I saw a crackhead making a cap fall from the stairs. All right. All right, here we go. Yoga, what it do?
Hey, what's going on? How's everything going on out there in Thailand?
Man, everything is fine, man. It's rainy season right now, man. So it's been raining every day.
I'm on I-20 passing the Laurie Boulevard West End exit right now.
Oh, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. I-20.
Yeah, on I-20 ATA. I'm getting ready to come on out there to Thailand. I'm being in Phuket for a month. November the 1st through December the 1st.
Okay, you going straight to free
Good.
cash. All
Hey,
right.
and what y'all know about Zone 6, man? Scottsdale, man. What y'all know about that, man? That's my hood, man. Scottsdale. You know I rep Scottsdale, man.
You a little amped up though for Scottsdale. You're a little too amped.
You know that's my hood, bro.
You're a little too excited.
The whole Atlanta on here now. What's going on, man?
ATL in the building. What up, Drake? The BMT shirt on. What up, dog?
What's happening, bro? Just pulled up back out here on the coast, man, from Medellin.
That's what's up, man. We got to chop it up about Medellin, man.
All right.
I know it's been a minute since you've been out there. I know it's been some changes. Let me see who else we got in the building real quick. Buck Travel.
What's going on, man?
Hey, man, what's going on with you, Buck Travel? You friend or foe? I see you over there fraternizing with the enemies, man. What's going on out there, Buck?
Hey, man, you already know I'm a Passport Bro, man. What the hell are you talking about, bro?
Bro, I see you on the lives. I'll be seeing you on the live.
Okay. So just because I'm on a live doesn't mean I'm literally with him. I was just debating him. That's the thing. You can debate the nigga. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
I was debating that dude. But the thing is, when you're on his panel, he got these chicks, these matrix chicks, all gaining up on you. You know?
Yeah, basically wasting your time, man. Basically, wasting your time.
It's like 6 of them coming at you at the same time, and I'm like, what the hell is going on, man? You feel me?
Yeah, man, I hear you. On track, man, you there?
Yes, sir, I'm there.
Hey, what's going on, brother? How's everything going with you?
It's going good.
That's what's up, man.
Hey, Aaron.
Yeah, go ahead, Yoga.
I just sent a text in the private chat.
I got
So
you.
I want to get set up for I'm coming out on November 1st. So I'm will you still be there?
I should be, man. Who knows? But I should be.
Okay. We'll talk offline. You feel me? I just said that I need to get some foundation stuff and get a consultation from you, basically.
Yes, sir. You know I got you. You know I'm holding it down for you.
Yeah. So I can, we can do all that on WhatsApp, Cash App, info, and all that, and we can chop it up. All right.
All right, bet, man. Bet.
But I'm still on the panel, So the passport really hadn't turned black men into a point of really like drew more haters. What it is the American lifestyle and the first world lifestyle. If you're not in a situation where you already had to control the land and the water rights and really at the top 1%, it's a very stressful and grinding lifestyle. So every 3-4 months, the group of sect of people that's in that frustrated lifestyle need something else to point their frustration at, to feel. That's how you refresh your frustration. So 1-3-4 months they'll be talking about Trump. The next 3-4 months they'll be talking about all the black men that are traveling. Because these are things. Trump is stress-free. Trump living a good life. He out in Key Largo. The black men that travel that living a good life. So they point their frustration every 3-4 months quarterly at any group that looks to be having it their way, in this American society. That's what it boils down to for me.
That's facts. Most definitely. Gavin Turner in the building. What up, Gavin? You on mute, bro. You take yourself off mute.
Hey, what's going on, Aaron? How you feeling? Sorry, I'm trying to cook.
Man, ATL heavy out here today. What's going on, man? ATL is heavy.
Well, we know that it's that bad. As the boy Austin say, it's really that bad. I'm not gonna lie.
Wait a minute, hold up, Gavin. I thought Atlanta was Wakanda. What happened to that?
Well, I don't even. I mean, it's, man. You already know, Aaron. We grew up there. We grew our chops there. We know what time.
There's more people outside of Atlanta than from Atlanta.
Yeah.
Always.
And it's even worse up here because I actually live in Ratchetville, USA, Memphis, Tennessee, and we thought Atlanta was bad.
Mm-hmm.
Memphis, wow, that's,
yeah, man.
God bless Memphis. But yeah, man. I mean, like all the way around, I've been kind of more of a quiet passport, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, more or less, because I mean, I definitely support the movement, and I'm just even in different areas of life, man. I'm just saying, like, it's definitely. I'm really shifted my thinking into just trying to really be a digital nomad and really just thinking of living elsewhere, because it's like from the dating, just the opportunities, even like you can still be making a whole lot of money and you're still it's bad. It's really bad. It's I mean, and I'm in ministry, and it's that bad in church.
Dang, like even the
In
church got affected by it.
it's that bad in church, man. Because I mean, like when you when you look at just the expectations and then just how these women move, like they say they want this, this, and this, but you turn around and mess with Pastor Pookie. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just like, I kid you not. I can tell you two different situations right now where in fact this girl's a minister and she ended up getting pregnant by a pastor. So I'm just like, wow. So
Oh yeah.
yeah. So
It's all you know, it's always drama in the church, man. Always drama in the church. That's why a lot of men kind of abandon church to a certain degree. I mean, guys still go, but you know, I
But
know
to be
church.
honest with you, that's where I am, and just in my walk with God, because that's the one thing that I've noticed, especially as we dealing with what we're about to deal with. We really have to put our focus on men and bringing more men back, because if we don't value men, then it's gonna get ugly and uglier. And honestly, like even a man like myself, I'm looking at overseas like, you know what I'm saying? This really might not be a bad idea. My money goes a lot further. Then the opportunity to be with, of course, we want a beautiful woman, but just the cooperation, just the submissiveness, just being a woman, just like I don't
More of
feel
a
like I don't have to compete with, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, more of a traditional role that you're more comfortable with. That a lot of us grew up seeing more so than the new age, dating in the new age.
but I'm
But Dre,
curious.
I want to holler at Dre real quick, man, about Medellin, bro. I know it's been a minute since you've been out there, bro. Like, what's the new changes? What's the new updates about Medi?
Well, Medi's still Medi. They got the park all tore up. It's still been tore up for about, I guess, shoot, since the last time I was there. I mean, I've been down here pretty much the whole time, but I'm not really I don't frequent Medellin too much. I mean, I'm in everywhere but where all the gringos at. So Medellin's still talking about the same. If you traveling down there to do your little weekend thing, they still got all that going on. Prices of not just specifically that, but just stuff in general, and that particular area of Medellin has gone up a lot. I enjoyed myself. Went to enjoy the soccer energy. They had the Medellin Classic. So yeah, Medellin's still Medi. I wouldn't turn people away from there.
Okay. Now we had a post in the Passport Bros Facebook group. I might try to go ahead and pull it up. Some guys talking about you can wear jewelry out there
Oh
in
God,
Medellin.
yeah.
What's your
I
thoughts on that,
saw
man?
that. I was like,
Yeah, and I don't know if that was one I approved. Or no. Actually, I think you approved it.
Yeah, I
That
probably
post.
yeah.
Yeah. That kind of stuff, and I think I remember seeing. I scanned the comments because I don't see too many of the comments in the group nowadays after I approve them. I saw the guy mention he's been coming down here for 20 years and all this other craziness, and I'm like, dude, like why would you even halfway explain that kind of stuff to the people that's never been, or you bring in that moronic mentality that, oh, you must be scared in this state. Like, first of all, do you not realize where you visiting? Like, Colombia is Colombia for a reason. Just because you can parade around the tourist section where is police galore, like you ain't seen police presence like you see in these tourist areas. They got way more police down here than what we have. However, you are not walking in a lot of places down here with that stuff on. It ain't happening. Like, it's just not happening. I don't care what the dude talking about. Like, it's like the majority of most of these dudes that come through here visiting, and they come here for a couple days, several times a year, or over a span of several years. You're not down here day to day. You don't know what's going on. You in these tourist areas day in and day out, where you walking around speaking English the majority of the day. Like, bro, no, it's not happening. So no, you don't need to be down here. Or it's more so, why do you need to wear that stuff here? Because the majority of these guys that come down here, which I didn't know either before I came to this country, a lot of the brands and stuff that we wear, we'll think we fresh as all get. Look at the drip, all that nonsense from back in the States. These people don't know what you got on. And the odd part is, a lot of what we may wear that's brand, they go buy in El Centro, which is basically us going to the flea market. So what you really look like when you come down here is the poor people. Because we're wearing what they go buy, all the fake stuff. And the rest of the Colombians are wearing different stuff. So you come down here and you think you look like something, but you really don't down here. And you adding the jewelry to it as well. Like, all you're doing is helping them look at you and figure out which one of y'all they gonna pick off, which one they gonna try to drug. It ain't nothing to pull up on you on the motos, and man, it's over with.
Now let me ask you this, man. Do you feel like, because I know you don't really frequent tourist areas any longer. You've been out there for a minute. Is it safer in like the areas where the locals is at, or does it still go down just as much as it does in the tourist areas as well?
It's night and day. Like, and that's one of the things I felt a little odd, being back, kicking it with the homies that live there in Medellin. My security comfort level is much better in areas where it ain't a whole lot of us. Like, I'm walking around at night, it's just, you can move better when you're not surrounded by a bunch of potential marks. That's basically the logic. Because nobody pays attention to what that value of pesos they have in their pocket. I see people in the group all the time. Man, I go to ATM, I take out, so-and-so cash, so I ain't got to go back and forth. And so you walking around with 5-6 million in pesos in your pocket, 2-3 months worth of salary in your pocket.
2-3 months over. Yep. Worth of salary, somebody's salary in your pocket.
The phone you got, that's another couple months worth of salary, and we talking about a matter of seconds. They just came up for a whole year on you in a matter of seconds. Just because you walking down the street, throw your little chain on and everything else you think you need down here. I always tell most of them guys, like, keep coming down here playing.
Right.
They are waiting on you. They talk about this stuff. They ask me about this kind of stuff all the time, because a lot of these people don't get to just speak directly to a foreigner, because most of you can't speak Spanish when you come down here. So you can't communicate back and forth to learn what's really going on. I'm not saying it's all bad. It's just a lot of the practices is why some of this stuff is so consistent every single week in those two main cities. Every week, all over the news.
It's funny, man, because I saw that some tourists that got robbed in Copacabana, right? And Copacabana seemed safe, right? You got people, you got a lot of police out there in groups. They be, a lot going on, but you can still get robbed in Copacabana as well. And it's usually going to be like a pack of kids, maybe like 8 to 10 kids. They're going to run by, they're going to swarm you, they're going to take your phone, take whatever you got, and you're not going to know, which one has it, because they're going to run off on you. So in these tourist areas, you still got to be safe. You still got to really pay attention, and you do not, in any circumstances, want to make yourself, a target basically by wearing anything flashy.
Yeah, because you already stand out like a sore thumb. I used to think I was blending in a little bit better in Poblado and areas like that, wearing them Colombian jerseys and stuff. I got just about every Colombian jersey that exists down here. But it helps a little bit when you're more in local areas. But man, when you in Poblado, you're black.
Everybody know.
Yeah, you black. Like the black Colombians, they ain't gonna be over there. So they automatically, well, the ones you do see that are over there are gonna be asking for money, different things like that. And they're young. It's the kids. You don't see, black adults over there like that. That's just not an area that locals even go to in that city. That Poblado-ish area, not Provenza, but in Las Palmas, areas like that are immediately close to Poblado. But Poblado is another country within a country. That is not Colombia. You are not getting the Colombian experience. Those women that are there in Poblado are not like the other Colombian women at all. So it's just different, a night and day. I don't want to make it sound bad, but it's always too much fluff out there. Like, you need to focus more on the realities, what's going on down here, how to move, how to enjoy yourself without having problems or reducing your chances. There's no sense in just because you're a street dude up in the States. That don't mean a hill of beans down here at all, because all you got is your two hands. And trust me, when they pull up on you, they're not pulling up on you with no two hands. These boys run around with the rifles and everything else.
Hey, like I said, them pint-sized guys with them rusty revolvers, man, they roll up on you quick.
Yeah, and I mean, the way they move, the way they get down here is different. It's really different. Guys come down here. I mean, well, I'm gonna go to the most dangerous hood in Medellin. No, you're not. Not unless you paying the jefe over there, because it don't work like that. The police can't even go over there. What make you think you finna just pull up over there?
Exactly. I seen a guy did a YouTube video out there in Central, and he was saying, "Yeah, man, I'm out here. I'm in the hood." I'm like, bro, you just got very lucky. You got real lucky.
I mean, because El Centro is bad, and Medellin, well, specifically at night. I know a couple dudes that, man, they love El Centro, but playing around in El Centro at night is not a good idea. But it ain't the hood, though. See, that's what throw most of these folks off when they come back and they tell other people, "Oh, I was in the hood in Medellin. I did this and I did." Okay, you still not where you think you are, because if you went where you think you were, you likely would not be here, because that's how that worked. You ain't just pulling up in these people's hoods like that. They just don't work like that. They gonna know the minute you step foot over there. Folks on the phones, they calling, and everybody and their mama is watching you. You be lucky to get several streets in there before somebody stop you and ask you what you doing over there, and you better have a good answer. Matter of fact, when I was in Bucaramanga a couple weeks ago, and I was getting ready to, or there was some kind of festival going on, and my girl's uncle was talking to me about it. And they were telling me, "Yeah, you've been good in a lot of these areas, but yeah, you can't go there." He said, "We can't take you there because they gonna kidnap you." And I'm like, "Well, dang."
Yeah, you know what though, man? People don't even a lot of people don't even look at the history of Colombia. Kidnapping was big time back in the day, like in the 90s. That was like one of their main hustles was kidnapping tourists.
Yeah, and they was dead serious. They wasn't like, "Oh, it could possibly happen," because I know the area is not the greatest. But I'm like, okay, well, I be straight like I am most of the time moving around. I speak Spanish. I'm with locals. Going to different places. Just blend in and do what they do. You don't have any problems. But that ain't that kind of area.
Hey, I got a question from you from Big Mike Dre. He says, "I'm 6'5", 300 pounds. Will I be good in Medellin?"
Then Poblado, yeah, you'll be all right in the majority of areas. Most of us are. It's just, if you're in a larger group, you're gonna draw a lot of attention to yourself, or if you're a large individual like this gentleman, you're gonna draw attention to yourself whether you want it to or not. It's just, as long as you, like, our street smart does help. I'll at least say that. If you got basic street smarts, moving around day to day, you're good. But when the problem comes in is when you have to start interacting with the locals, because you're using your experiences from America and your street smarts from America to gauge a culture you're not familiar with, why they do certain things, how they think. It's not what you think.
Exactly. And in concerns of the drugging now, because we talking about the robbing, but you have a whole nother factor when it comes to drugging.
Yeah, and that's tricky. That is a tricky thing in Medellin. There's some things you can do that will elevate that risk. Tinder being one of them. But I saw it when I was just there. It was like most of it. I spent very little time in that area, even though I stayed in that area this past time. And I was like, I was walking around, looking around. I was like, man, I got to go, man. I can't do this because you see these guys coming down here. It's like, where did you get your information from when you came down here? Why are you moving like this? Because these are the same guys that we would see back when we was in Medellin together. And we see these guys come down here. Some of them get knocked up within the first hour.
Yep.
I mean, like, people do not understand the level of craziness that we saw weekly, because there's so many people coming through there repeating the same stupid behavior. I call it playing with fire. Just because nothing happened to you that time doesn't mean that's a good practice you was doing. Give yourself another extra couple days, they would have got you.
Exactly. And another thing I want to kind of like, the guys are, they come out there and they think the women are enamored by them by being American, right? And they just automatically pull two women off the strength. That should automatically be red flags, because Colombian women don't really get down. They don't like sharing men in Colombia.
Nope.
And so, they come in here like, oh, I just pulled, like the guy that just recently got drugged. The guy I had made a post in the group, right? Yeah. And he brings in two women in his apartment. We already knew. We didn't even have to read the caption. We already knew what it was. I'm like, oh, he got two women. They gonna drug him.
Automatic. That is not normal. That is not normal behavior. That is not how the regular Colombian women move. They don't move like that. And the haters always say this, and even the dudes that be all cap say, oh, basically we just show up down here. They want us because we gringo. No. The regular chicks are not studying you.
Exactly.
You can't speak the language. You're not here that long. They're going to know you're not here that long. It's not good for them to be seen with you, especially in Medellin, because we're stereotyped, every single one of us, until we prove ourselves otherwise. And they don't want to be seen with you for somebody to stereotype them as well, because it's not a good look for females in this culture to be associated with that kind of behavior. Those particular women in Parque Aries and the same element in Cartagena, they can only deal with y'all. They can't deal with the locals. Wow. They don't even, they can't. The locals ain't studying them. They ain't going nowhere near them. The dudes are aggressive with that kind of stuff. Like, it's different. It's very different. These women do not care that you are a gringo. It's helpful.
So basically, if you're a guy from the States and you're a woman from there, they're basically looked at as the local thoughts or the local this.
Yeah, because they know it's they know it's not normal, because we're stereotyped as to why we're here. They say every single extranjero, every foreigner is down here for the same two things:
cocaina and propagos.
Exactly. And until you prove yourself otherwise, that is how we are viewed. And in other cities, it's not as bad. But if you're in a Cartagena or Medellin where there's a heavy presence of foreigners, it is heavy. These people are coming from all over the globe. Those women, or the regular women, are going to see you as that. You'll find the semi-pros in there that might let you, y'all can go out to eat, this, that, and the other. But that's going to be that. But the guys that repeat that mantra, the women are cooperative, all that kind of stuff. If you're looking for a woman for a long-term relationship, you're gonna have to do a whole lot more than just pull up down here, hey, I'm so-and-so gringo, love me. Because it ain't happening.
What you gotta really work past is, first of all, you gotta pretty much either spend months out there or you gotta move out there. That's gonna help when you tell a woman that you live there. Then you got to learn some Spanish. You
Yeah,
know,
you're gonna need the Spanish because you got to be open to their culture and what type of things are required of you culture wise. We ain't talking just, oh, I got money. There's a whole lot of stuff I got to do with my girl and her family. Matter of fact, they just left here. You know, I didn't even know they was coming. Uh, but there's a whole lot of stuff you have to do in order to make things flow. That's a lot of the questions that get asked when I'm around my girl and her friends or family or some of my friends that are locals. They're always asking about how do the two cultures clash because they love their culture. And, you know, I've in this country, I've been to several other countries back when when I was working for the government. Uh, all these countries, these people know in America, they basically say we don't have no culture, including Africans. We have no culture. That's how they view us.
Wow.
So people don't want to just run and jump and come to America just because it's America. That misconception is, yes, there are people that we obviously see crossing borders, different things like that illegally. They want to come to work. They think they can save money because our country is like theirs. You just get a job, you start working, or you just show up somewhere, hey, I want to work, and that's how it's going to work out. So they go up there, they think they're going to make a little money, send some money back home, and they want to get up out the States. The problem is a lot of them, when they arrive, don't realize the realities of America. They don't make enough money. They can't go back home even if they wanted to. So they're going to be up there. So these people prefer to stay in their country. If you can come down here and they link up with you, what that gets, that benefit would be they can travel, and visit America for vacation or, do all that kind of stuff and then go back home. Because if you just happen to get married and she gets that green card, they just want you for the green card. Well, you're getting citizenship in her country too. That's a whole nother passport for you. I got Colombian ID down here. I got Colombian bank accounts, all that stuff, man. This apartment is not Airbnb. I rent direct, pay services down here. I mean, once you can get into a country's economy and move about that way, that helps you tremendously. And then being gringo is just the cherry on top.
Sorry about that, fellas. I'm trying to get this camera back working.
Are you good?
But Aaron, this is a technical question because we both in the video. And what kind of camera is it? And I noticed you're using StreamYard, so maybe I can help.
This is a Black Magic camera right here.
What kind of capture card is it connected to it?
It's a power issue.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a power issue. But yeah, man.
But man, you dropped a lot of game. I mean, because I've watched, a lot of content. I've seen the groups and I've read the stories and stuff. And I've actually been communicating with a couple of Colombian girls, and I notice it is kind of, different. And I mean, that's why I've been trying to learn the language too, just Duolingo and really just kind of taking it more seriously, just so I can at least have that down. Because even just from a business standpoint, because I just see what Aaron did down there, starting a whole podcast situation and just really just being able to move and seeing what real opportunities are available, not just, let's just say there, but even DR or other Spanish speaking countries,
Yeah, other economies. That's important. And it's one of those things that, yeah, you can come down here and have that weekend warrior fun. I get it. I don't knock them folks for that. Yeah, have your fun. Ain't got nothing to do with me. It's just what I would like to see more of is people being a little bit more real about their experiences, how they felt, not giving misconceptions about what Medellin or this particular country is like as far as safety, different things like that, how you interact with females. Because like I said, you can come down here several times. Most of these guys never leave for Blotto. That's only a couple blocks we talking about here. The park ain't even nothing but about a block and a half in size. It's got all this hype, and we talking about a block and a half. It's a park. We ain't talking about Medellin, the city, and its metro area. We talking about one park.
So basically underground. So it's like
Exactly.
underground or Buckhead.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. And
Okay.
is you gonna go downtown to you're in 5 Points in Atlanta.
Oh wow. Okay.
You just walk. I mean, not the quality. Now, don't get me wrong.
Right.
5.5. 5.8 up. But in size, the area is like you gonna circle 5 Points and that's it.
What?
All this hype is for that. Now, like I said, don't get me wrong. It's dudes can have fun over there. All the stuff they hear about, all that go on over there. But even the in driver was explaining to my girl when we were in Medellin, going over to the area where they were playing the game at near the stadium. And he turned down this street. It was dark. It was some people walking around. It looked like a bad area. Her being Colombian, that's what she assumed. She's not from Medellin. And which, when she asked the driver, he was like, no, where y'all just came from is far more dangerous. And we just came from Poblado. And I was like, see, baby, I told you. I was like, you would prefer to be over here in this particular area where we're going. Where we just came from, you got the stuff that go on over there, and that's what make that area far more dangerous than anywhere else in that city. And that's the only area you have to worry about that kind of stuff.
I want to pull this up real quick by the Gangster Lifestyle TV tonight super chat, man. I really appreciate that. He says the tour guide we deal with got robbed in Medellin. I don't want to say his name, but he's popular on YouTube, and they see how he moves, so that had something to do with it, because he be with American men. Yeah. I'm telling you, man, they be watching. They be watching.
Yeah, because too many people, like I said, the way we move, and there's a lot of guys new to traveling, not just to Colombia.
My bad, Dre. I won't give a shout out to you, Gangster Lifestyle tonight super chat. By the way, go ahead, Dre.
Yeah, so that you'll be new to traveling. Some of them will do the bare minimum research, and that's at least something. But then you got others that'll just jump on the plane and just go. Hey, well, they got chicks down there. Boom, I'm going. And the problem comes in is you really need to understand where you're going, learn the culture, learn what's normal, what's not normal, so that when you go down there, you're not doing stuff how we do in America, because it's not the same. Just the clubs and the tourist zones down here are not the same as clubs in local areas. They're polar opposites. The stuff you can do in those clubs, approaching a group of girls in the club, talking, these are stuff that we would see as normal in the States. You go to the club, it's single people in the club. You can walk up to a chick, offer to buy her a drink, all that kind of stuff. So you can do all that in the tourist area. It don't go down like that in the local areas. Walk up on them group of people you want to. These people go out in groups to stay with their group. It's we all just sitting around instead of sitting in the house. Let's go sit in the club. We're gonna dance with each other. They go. That's how they move down here. They're very cliquish, and you can't just pull up on a clique of people and think you just finna talk to them. And a lot of times, it be like the women don't even be single, because that's allowed. They're going out with their girls, and it's normal for them not to be approached by other men, because you don't just walk up on groups like that.
That's interesting. That's wow. That's game. That's real.
And I want to add something real quick to it. This is not rules just for Colombia. I mean, Panama, Mexico, all those places have the same rules. You don't wear jewelry in any of those countries. Also, I had a trip booked to Panama 2 months ago. I canceled my trip because I got a relative down there. He says, no, don't do it now. They're having lots of political chaos and protesting and everything. This is not the time to be coming down here and be going places, because there's too much going on. So you need to be watching the news and stuff before you book your trips. Don't just be booking your trips without knowing what's going on in those countries.
Man, so yeah, facts. 100%.
Bro, when I pulled up from where was I at? I don't even remember the name of that city here in the middle of nowhere, Colombia. But anyway, Matter of fact, I think I was talking to you, Aaron, when I told you I was like, man, it's a protest, big protest going down the street. I was like, where this come from? Massive protest just going down the road with a police escort. So you definitely need to pay attention to what's going on in these countries. Pay attention to the news, before you get there, so you have an idea what's going on. It was a couple months ago. There was a guy in the group I saw that was. He showed his tours about he was going to travel on a bus or something about that. But he obviously was not watching the news to see that the armed groups was murdering bus drivers because they didn't pay their taxes to the extortion tax.
You tell me about that.
Yeah,
that's like I say. A lot of these cats don't understand. They just don't know the makeup of Colombia, the guerrilla groups, the cartels. You got a lot going on.
Folks run everything.
You got a lot going on in Colombia. It's one of the best countries in the world. I love Colombia. I love living there in Medellin.
Yeah, I'm down here. Been down here.
But it's you have to know the political makeup of a country before you move to it and really see if you can handle that. Now, for the most part, it's peaceful, right? In most cases, your everyday life.
They real sweet people.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah.
But you gotta watch for the hook, man.
Because it's a mean one, bro. When you get hit down here, you get put in a sticky situation. You definitely gonna know it.
You got some pint-sized killers out there. I say that all the time, but you gotta watch them, and they will size you up quick. They'll size you up quick, so you gotta always pay attention, especially when you outside.
The more gangster you try to be, you gonna catch the attention of the real ones, and so they gonna want to try you. Dude. Yeah, because here go this American. They see all that stuff. Those particular type of people will watch that stuff on TV, so they'll be familiar with your posture and how you look. So they gonna want to try you.
In America, they just shoot you, kill you, take your stuff, and it's done. But in Colombia, man, they got this torture thing going on.
Yeah, bro, they gonna chop you up, but drop you in a barrel of acid or something, right?
They got them. They got them pig farms at the top of the mountains. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Hey, man.
Anybody know about pig farms?
It's only so much of that stuff. It's only so much of that stuff I'll talk about publicly anyway. Because it's a system here. You better stay within them lines, and you ain't gonna have no problems.
I want to catch the super chat by Guys at Jackson, the $10 super chat, man. I really appreciate that. He says, besides learning how to greet, and I'll let you answer this, Dre. He says, besides learning how to greet, order food, and ask for directions, can you guys name other things you must learn in Spanish to have a good experience? We need a whole lot more than that, but go ahead, Dre.
One of the things that threw me for a major loop, studying, like I didn't have to use Spanish. Let's see, when did I learned Spanish 22 years ago in high school, and I never used it before I got down here. And what we learn, off of the apps, Duolingo, all that type of stuff, it helps give you at least a base. And if you can get your conjugations down, learn your past tense, present tense, future tense of those same verbs and all that, because it's a pattern. This is how I look at it. So once you learn that pattern, it applies. They only got 3 verb endings, and 2 of them have the they mirror each other in endings. So you really only got 2 endings to learn in that pattern. Once you learn that, it applies to every single verb in the language.
You mean like eres and almost, or
well, yeah, kind of like that, but the verb endings. So you got your AR verbs, your ER, and your IR. What they end in, the base of the verb. So once you learn all that stuff in a class, that stuff helps. So it gives you a base. Now, what threw me for a major loop is we will think about translations to other languages, because I study Mandarin also. So we think about languages and speaking to people how we speak in America. And we also don't use correct grammar and such in our own language. So then we try to go and speak to somebody else in our language. The sentence structures are different. So what you're needing to learn, and you're going to have to get this from watching shows, or watch shows you're familiar with, and then maybe put on Spanish subtitles so you can start reading how they're actually speaking. Because the problem comes in these other languages is, one, they're not even speaking how we speak. In literal translations, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Or you're gonna
You know
start
what?
hearing things that is like you studied all these words and in this vocabulary, thinking that you can come down here and say, "Hey, let's go drink a beer."
Right. Because I
Well,
noticed
they're
that.
not they're not using. They have a word for drink to drink,
Yeah, babo or
beber.
baby.
So
Yeah.
that's the base of the word, base of the verb. So you'll have beber to drink, but you don't say that for
Right.
beers.
Yeah, because I
It's
noticed that.
tomar. It's take. Let's take beer.
Mm,
Or they don't say, "Are you hungry? Do you have hunger?" Stuff like that, and they may not add, like it is a lot of and then the street slangs, so the
mm,
majority of people, unless you're in some area that the people speak a little more proper and elegant,
mm,
uh, you're going to hear a lot of slang. You're going to hear a lot of stuff that's cut off. The grammar and such is going to not make a whole lot of sense when you're trying to think in English, directly translating this stuff. So you need to get familiar with hearing how these people speak in certain situations so that all those words that you're going to study in these apps and in classes and stuff, like you actually have to use the language. Same thing for any other language. I got to do the same thing for Chinese. You have to speak the language and how the natives speak to each other, because
mm.
it's our how we speak is actually not how everybody else in the world speak. A lot of these other languages have a lot more in common with each other than they do with us.
That's facts, though. My favorite resources were Gritty Spanish and Spanish with Paul. By the way, that's what helped me a
Mm.
lot.
Spanish Paul.
Spanish with Paul. He's on YouTube.
Spanish. Oh,
Spanish with
Spanish with
Yeah.
Paul.
Paul. Okay.
Yeah,
Let me
because
look
I
into
mean,
that.
basically, like, as the gentleman asked, I mean, you can learn the basic kind of direct things. Hey, how much does this cost? Or I would like this to eat. You got the menu right in front of you. That kind of stuff you'll be able to get away with, because that's you dictating to them. So you've thought about it or when it translated, and you speak directly to them. So that's not you're not going to have very many problems with that. Problem comes in when they come back, when they respond. That's when you're going to have that's when you're going to realize,
Hmm.
we got a problem now, because I don't know what they just said. In Medellin, the accent is not that strong. They speak a whole hell of a lot slower than most people that speak Spanish. Out here on the coast, man, it's a whole nother ball game. The DR is another spot. The accent and how fast they speak, the slang, yeah, yeah, it's totally different from what you're gonna learn in a book. You're gonna be thrown off. You're gonna spend all that time studying them apps and learning them words. And the problem comes in is you've learned baby, and they might say bebemos or something, or baby.
Mm-hmm.
And
Hmm.
you don't realize when you're hearing a verb you actually know, they're just using it in a different tense than what you know it as. So it's gonna throw you way off because you don't even realize you heard a word you know.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And they really do
Exactly.
speak this fast, by the way.
No,
We.
no. Yeah, they because I've like communicated with just a few women like through different apps, Facebook, WhatsApp,
Mhm,
and just the Google Translate. I notice when they send something, it's just completely different. Like what you're saying, like with that
mhm.
sentence, it's like it comes off as kind of like because I'm
Yeah,
looking at the sentence like what and
Google Translate. Well, a lot of those translator apps are gonna get stuff wrong because the majority of the time those translators are doing literal translations a lot of times. So the problem taking Spanish back to English is they're missing a lot of what's required in English to formulate a sentence.
Mhm.
So when and then not only that, but then they are literally, or some, I'd say they're using synonyms a lot of times to words we use, because a lot of words in Spanish are very similar to like the nouns and such are very close to the words in English. So sometimes you'll hear a word in Spanish and be able to figure out what it is without even needing to study it, because it's so close to English that you can hear it in that word. But other times what they're saying is just a difference, has different significance in English. So you get it translated, and you'll be reading the message that you translated, and you're like, hey, what are they trying to say?
Right. So one more question, and I got to go back and get ready for work. So, but Aaron, when are you gonna go over to the Philippines, man?
Not sure, bro. Not sure yet. Not sure.
Okay.
I got a question from Dizzy McVelly. Dre, you got a YouTube channel?
No, I'm not up there with y'all big timers. I don't make content. I just throw a little something on Instagram every now and then, to show me little receipts of traveling on, can't put that other kind of element of stuff out there like that. Got a woman. But you can hit me up on Instagram at it's Dre the Kid on Instagram.
Okay. All right, cool.
All right.
What's going on, everybody?
All right, fellas. All right, thank y'all.
You going, Gavin? All right, man. Peace, bro. Hit me up.
All right, we'll do.
All right, bro. Illinois music. What's going on, bro?
Not much. I just wanted to piggyback on what Dre was saying. Dre, you was dropping a lot of facts out there.
Man, Dre don't know what we talking about, man.
All cap, but king of cap right here, apparently. All cap.
King. All right.
Socially awkward, all that.
All right.
Dusty broke.
Dusty, yeah.
We got them international food stamps, player.
Hey, I know, bro.
We on section 12.
Yeah, I was just about to say, bro, best kept secret right there. That's how we do it. We all broke out here.
Nah, I wanted to just piggyback on what you were saying with learning another language. So I had posted up something on the Passport Bros Facebook group in regards to learning another language. To say that you need to listen to the language is an understatement. I'd advise everybody to, find a YouTube channel that revolves around something that you're interested in, whether it's cars, music, sports, whatever, and just listen to the language. You don't even have to even practice. Just get used to hearing it. I'd say put in an hour or two a day. And there's a lot of great YouTube channels. One in particular that I always use is Speaking Languages. So this channel, they'll break down the language. So they'll interview language speakers. So they'll interview like someone that speaks Spanish or Portuguese or whatever. They'll have this Portuguese or Spanish subtext at the bottom, as well as the English subtext. So you can follow it and read it. And what I found fascinating, another YouTuber named Language Lords, he was posted up in the group as well. What he did to learn Spanish fast, it takes a lot of dedication. He would basically memorize an entire video. So he just keep on reading the Spanish repeatedly over and over, break out, like just separate the video into, sections, memorize that one section, see how long it takes, and then move on to the next one, And that without even learning the vocabulary, he would understand how to speak Spanish and understand what someone's saying to him, because again, it's just repetition. Mm-hmm. And like you said, there's a lot of slang. There's a lot of, especially, for example, Rio, Cariocas, they speak slang. They speak fast. It's kind of hard to understand if you just learn basic Portuguese, but as long as you're hearing that accent and the language itself, it'll be easier for you to learn the language. I think that's the most important thing for anybody to go traveling, So suppose you go into a certain part of Medellin or Cali, pick out that accent and study it. That's my best advice for language study.
You know what? Also, a language exchange too. Like when you get cool, with a female or something. Mm-hmm. Going back and conversating with her maybe an hour, couple of hours out the week. Mm-hmm. That helps tremendously more to me than any class or course or app, because they're gonna tell you, the language structure. They're gonna tell you the slang, all that stuff. They're gonna tell you what not to say in certain cases too. Yeah. That helps tremendously, especially with Portuguese, because Portuguese to me was a little bit more difficult than learning Spanish. Spanish, at least in Medellin, I started to pick up on it a lot when I started dating was in serious relationships, and Dre will tell you, when you with your woman, she get mad at you, she start cussing your ass out in Spanish, you're gonna start picking up on some stuff real quick. Like, hold up, is that bro? Did you just call me an asshole? You know what I'm saying? Like, I think I know what that word means. So
out here on the coast, they got one Caremunda. It's a real big insult out here on the coast. I saw some dudes getting ready to get in a fight out here. I was walking to the mall, and my girl was telling me about it, and that was the first time I had heard it. And the next thing the dude said was, "You want to fight?" Basically, I was like, "Oh, okay." So yeah, they really get down with this word.
Man, somebody told me what a bad word in Thai. I forgot it though. I forgot what the word is. Then when they call you like an asshole in Thai.
Mm-hmm.
But what difference between I noticed though here in Thailand, one of the differences in Colombia and Brazil, they want you to learn the language. Everybody wants you. They're gonna they teach you language. In Thai, they really don't want you to learn the language. They want to talk behind your back.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Even your Thai
that's
girlfriend won't teach you Thai. She won't teach you no Thai because
they do want you to learn Spanish here. It's one of the things that's shocking. When I go to most areas outside of the fact that I change my hair color all the time, my braids, hair color, seeing a foreigner in areas where there's none of us. The one thing everybody's looking for is, how does he communicate with whoever he's talking to? And the minute they see that there's no problem, you just dissolve into society like everybody else. They don't even pay you no more attention. They really want you to learn. And then they're going to want to come up to you and talk to you because they're going to have questions. They want to ask about stereotypes they've heard about, just anything. You get to talk to somebody from another country that's not common.
And to add to that, I want to add something to that. So when I was doing some traveling, I noticed there was this guy on the corner, and he spoke English, right? He was going around speaking English. This guy was I noticed because I was living in the area, this guy was out on the corner all day. Turns out he was a scammer. So everybody in the area I was not in a tourist area. I was in a local area, but it goes by a tourist area. So be aware of locals that can speak English really well, because not all of them are looking after you. Some of them are trying to scam you out of something.
Especially in Rio. I wish I would have had that advice. See, you dropping some game right there, bro. You dropping some game. Real talk.
Oh,
I went on a tour unintentionally because the guy was, spoke. It was like maybe my third day in Rio. He was just, smooth talking Portuguese guy, and we ended up going on some type of little sexting type tour or something. And he kept telling me, I thought he said no money, right? But at the end of the tour, it's like, yeah, man, I need $30. I'm like, well, wait a minute, what you just said? He's like, no, I didn't mean it like that, So yeah, be very careful of them smooth talking English people, English speakers. And also be careful of smooth talking expats as well, guys that live out there and don't really. They will get you, bro.
That's a sleeper right there. That's a sleeper.
They will steal from you. They will con you all type. It was a guy in Medellin that was showing people apartments and taking the deposit and disappearing. They finally caught him though. They finally caught him and arrested him. But so you got guys like that out there. So you gotta be real careful. I want to catch this $5 super chat by the Gramercy Riff. The Gramercy Riff. I guess that's how you pronounce it. It says, Aaron, do you see big changes in type of tourism that Thailand is getting big? From Mary Jane. Yeah, man, they got I do. It's everywhere right now. It is everywhere. Old lady selling it. It's all over the place right now. I think they're gonna make some changes on some of the regulations soon. Because I'm pretty sure people that own dispensaries don't want everybody being able to sell. But they gave away like billions of plants so the locals can actually grow it. And I believe they can even distribute it, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, it's some crazy stuff going on in Thailand right now in concerns of the Mary Jane. That's for sure. But if you're a smoker, hey, come on out here, man. You will enjoy yourself. Definitely. But don't try to do what the locals do in concerns of that, because the locals, they might be able to get away with smoking outside because you're not supposed to technically smoke outside. Supposed to smoke inside. But if you're a foreigner, I don't suggest doing that because they can get you still for the smell. the police. So just be careful, be mindful of that. And that's anywhere you go overseas. Don't try to do what the locals do. You know, as soon as you do that, like even in Rio, they got this place called Rasta Beach, and you know, in Rio, weed is illegal still. So at Rasta Beach, it's known for everybody, you know, burning a little joint, you know, burning one up. But if you were American or if you were a foreigner, I still wouldn't do it because the police will point you out because you're the one with the money, right? So they're gonna come shake you down, even though you got everybody else, all the locals around you smoking. They're gonna get you every time. So just be mindful of that.
That's a normal thing down here as well that takes some getting used to. The police don't particularly like the interaction we'd be used to in America between us and the police and how the police move down here. Police can stop you for anything, just walking down the street. Ask you for your documents, and they're gonna search you. Yeah, and they're gonna search you. It's normal. The thing is, the way things get handled down here is once they find what you ain't supposed to have on you, like a lot of idiots do, it's time to pay up. They go ahead and take care of all that right there on the spot. So don't be surprised if you get you walking around minding your business. I can't tell you how many times I can't tell you. It's close to 20 times that I've been stopped. But I have a unique connection down here, and I'll start name dropping, and then I don't have no problems. But I was walking from the grocery store with my girl, had grocery bags. We went in a block away from the store. I seen the police bust a U-turn and sitting there waiting. I told her, was it once they come over here and start talking, let's go ahead and let them know. I train their bosses down here, so and then whenever that happens, yeah, they all right, okay, you need an escort back home. No, I'm good. Just leave me alone. I wasn't doing nothing to begin with, but it's normal down here, so don't be shocked you get stopped by the police down here for nothing, and they start patting you down, asking for your ID and all that kind of stuff because they looking for money. That's what they're looking for, is to find you with something you ain't supposed to have, so they can go ahead and get that little payment.
Yeah, what they say, they got 300 mil ways to solve this problem.
Yeah, because they a lot of times they know you walking down here stupid. Like a lot of stuff that you think is legal down here, like the pros, that ain't legal. It's legal in establishments. What go on in the streets ain't legal. They just don't say nothing because it sort of helps. It's kind of like a burden off the government that they can make that little money on the side, but them freelancers, that stuff ain't legal. That's why they don't care nothing about you when something happened to you.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Well, guys, we've been here for a good little minute, man. That hour 30 went by fast. Yeah, we've been chopping it up, man. I'm gonna go ahead and end the show. I'm gonna go ahead and get everybody's closing statement. I start off with you on Trackman.
Definitely travel. Be safe. Don't listen to the haters. There's always going to be out there. And have fun.
All right, man. Appreciate that. Delano Music.
Don't be afraid to learn a language. There's plenty of people that are more than willing to help you out. And travel, man. Don't let the haters hold you back from traveling, man. That's
right.
Having fun, bro.
Yeah. Stay safe and stay dusty, my friends. Isn't that right? All right, man. Appreciate you coming on, bro.
No problem.
All right, we got my man Dre in the building. It's Dre the Kid, man.
Yeah, man.
Any closing statements out there? Mr. Columbia over there.
Well, just like the gentleman say, just get out here, travel. Don't listen to all that noise. Sitting there watching that guy earlier with the glasses talking like that. It's like a lot of this stuff is not even logical, and it's people that they're not even traveling. They probably can't even travel. There's so many of us that are out here. We live out here in these places. We ain't just pulling up for a couple of days. Not saying there's anything wrong with that, but we out here moving around on the ground in these countries pretty much whenever we choose, wherever we want to. So all that extra nonsense, or they doing this or they doing that, all right, it's just noise. Let them folks talk. Obviously, you're doing something right because they got something to talk about. As busy as they are, I think I've said this before. As busy and stressful as life is in America day to day, you actually got time to sit back and complain about what somebody else is doing. It ain't got nothing to do with you, and that's important. That's how the mindset has grown in America. Oh, what you think about this, or what you think about what this person did? I don't care. That's what I think about it. So if you start moving a little more like that, it'll help to reduce a lot of the stressors. Get out here, explore these countries, learn these languages, the cultures, and there's a reason people are out here saying that is good. It's not the ones that's sitting back where you sitting at if you still in America saying it's not good. Listen to the people that's obviously sitting where you trying to go or where you would like to see. They might just know what they're talking about. Apparently nowadays you can just get on TV or the internet and say whatever you want to, and but whatever. I digress.
Facts, man. Appreciate you coming on, bro. Dropping that knowledge. Appreciate
Always,
it.
big dog.
All right, man. Peace.
Peace.
Well, all right, family. That was another good classic show. I'm gonna play a little clip from the last video I posted here about the National Museum of Cambodia. Before we go, you guys can check out this clip right here, man. I know some of you guys might be interested. I like going to museums. I usually go to a museum every country I go to. So this right here is National Museum of Cambodia. Peace. This is beautiful. I don't know how this is going to look on video, but this is massive. Look at the art detail. Very beautiful. We were able to check out the National Museum of Cambodia here in Phnom Penh, and I can say it was beautiful. It was surreal, looking at all the monuments and seeing all the faces and the features of the faces. It was very beautiful, man. I've never been in a museum with so much ancient, rich history. All right, very beautiful time. Shout out to my friend Maya who showed me around. One of the best museums I've ever seen, hands down. I've been to museums in other countries. This is definitely one of the better museums that I've seen. All right, and the good thing is a lot of the stuff is in English.
Singapore.